Well, hello there, folks. It's the Crypto Lunatic bringing you something today about TeLOS blockchain. And how did I find this little gem? Well, this follows on from my video when we talked about can Grok help you to find the next best crypto. So let's have a look at that, folks. Come with me on a journey as I share my screen with you. And I type in, look at this. I've gone on Grok and I've said which sub 100 million cryptos currently have the best sentiment. Now, I've gone for the sub 100 million because it's not quite the degen zone. That's sub 10 million. But these are cryptos that are small enough to potentially have explosive gains. This is the life-changing zone, folks. So this is why I've looked at sub 100 million uh, euro or $100 million cryptos. And the first one on there is one called TeLOS with a market cap of 37 to 39 million. So let's look at TeLOS. TeLOS is riding high on the sentiment thanks to early 2025 launch of TeLOS, a centralized exchange designed to burn TeLOS tokens with profits potentially reducing supply. Ex posts from users like Telos Guy in March 2025 praise its 15K TPX. This means nothing to most people. It means it's a quick. It means it's fast, folks. It transacts quite quickly, is what it means. Now, look, just for the record, I will let you look at the other ones it's come up. I'm not going to be reviewing Honey, Alephium, Nim, or Dion. But these are the sort of things. This is how you find these. We're just going to look at Telos today. And I'm going to take you on one of the resources I always check. And people on my channel will know this. So we go to Telos and we look at the overall on CryptoRank. Let's have a look at the overall sentiment here. And we see it confirms the market cap is 39 million. But here's what I really like, folks. Look, the fully diluted value, which means it tells me that the circulating supply is the same as the total supply. And this is excellent tokenomics. Excellent tokenomics. It doesn't get any better than this, folks. 100% of the total supply is in circulation. So we like this. We like this a lot for a low for a layer one crypto. So let's look. It hasn't had a great time since it's launched, and it's been around since 2021. So we look at fundraising. We go to fundraising and we see what we can find here. This doesn't really tell us much, folks. It tells us that there's different people involved in it, but it doesn't tell us what they went in at. So let's go to Coin Market Cap and let's look at the history of this. So I've clicked on all and we can see when it was first launched, and this isn't necessarily what the early stage investors paid, but this is what it first launched at, and that's 0.06. And as you can see, that's only a tiny difference here. And at this stage, look, it's been up as high as what's that? As $1.29. Now, this is the degen zone, folks. And I will also tell you with Telos, I'm not invested in it. I have no skin in the game here. I am just showing you how to find tiny, potentially life-changing market cap coins. So what you can see here is it's not on any of the major exchanges. I mean, yes, MEXC and BitGet, it could be argued, are fairly big. Same with Gate. But these are still relatively small exchanges. So if it gets a listing on Binance or something, the price could potentially explode with this, folks. And what do we know about it? Let's go to news. Let's have a little look. Let's have a little look at the news. And we're not finding much news here, folks. Not finding much news, but we can see here. Let's have a look. These are just comments for developing and running applications. So from what I gather with Telos, in fact, let's go back to Grok. Tell me more. Tell me everything I need to know about Telos. Here we go, folks. Let's get Grok to tell us everything. Everything I need to know. Now, this is a ridiculous question because I'm never going to tell you everything. But let's have a look. Let's have a little dive into it. So TeLOS, a decentralized open source blockchain, launched in December 2018. So this has been around for a while, folks. It's been around a while. So I don't know all of this nonsense, EOSIO. Who knows what software this is? It's built with some software. This is welcome to the geek language of crypto, and this is what we're dealing with here, folks. So unlike many blockchain projects that kick off with ICOs or heavy VC backing, TeLOS took a grassroots approach, launching with no initial funding. Now, this is massive, folks. They've built this from scratch with no VCs involved. So here we go. Maybe we have found a little hidden gem here. Maybe I will have to get into it because I can tell you I've got nothing in the game at this, but looking at this, this is exactly the sort of thing I would be looking for. A fair launch, no VC involvement, no vesting schedules to deal with, and the native token TeLOS powers the network used for staking, governance, resource allocation. That's probably not going to mean much to most people that are new to crypto. So let's look at this. So it's fast. What's this saying? It's fast. So what have we got? 15,000 transactions per second. And we compare that to Ethereum's pre-merge 15 to 30 TPS or Bitcoin's 7 TPS. So compare that. It's way faster than Bitcoin or Ethereum. But then most things are faster than Ethereum. We're not really going to use that as a particularly great benchmark. Launched in 2021. So here we go. What's this all about? It's fast. It's fast, folks. That's what we're dealing with here. So fee list for users. So TeLOS eliminates gas fees. This is massive, folks. No gas fees because Ethereum is crippling on gas fees. So it looks like you've got a bunch of community people here to create their own blockchain, dealing with all of the issues, which is too slow on Ethereum and too expensive. No gas fees. I mean, that's massive and it's way quicker. So here we go, folks. It's pushing the boundaries. I don't know what SNOC Tor is. Zero knowledge, recursive proof aggregation. So here we go, folks. This enhances privacy. So I can tell you that zero knowledge proof is where you people have access. You don't have to give all of your personal details. Zero knowledge proof is about having a one central point where you give your details once. And blockchains can go on them and say, is this person who they say they are? And they don't get all your documents. They just get that point saying, yes, he is who he says he is, without them actually getting all of my personal documents. It just gives a thumbs up. So zero knowledge proofs are the future of privacy for certain. So it's eco-friendly. So this actually looks like a solid project, folks. Now, I don't know much more about it than I found it on X, but no ICOs. There's going to be no vesting schedule. And if this gets listed on a major exchange, it could go massive, folks. So maybe I will have to put in a tiny little amount if I can work out where to invest it, because it's currently all of the exchanges it's on, I'm not. So that's why I haven't invested in it, folks. But TeLOS looks like a solid project. It really does. So there you go. That's using Grok, asking the right questions. And I like to ask about the sub 100 million market cap coins, because as I say, these have explosive potential. So we're not quite in the degen zone, but we're very close to it. And for that, it's under 40 million market cap. Fair launch, no VCs involved, no vesting, no shady deals. This seems like a community project. Will it make you a ton of money? I don't know, folks. I really don't. But if I was dabbling and I had easy access to that, then I would certainly get in. But I'm not. I'm completely neutral. I'm just here to show you how to find low cap degen coins. And there you go, folks. So Is Telos going to make you a millionaire? Who knows? Depends how much you put in. You could lose everything. Not investment advice, folks, as with anything on this channel. So there you go. There's an insight into how to use Grok to find degen coins and an insight on Telos. And if you want more of these little updates, folks, then you know what to do. Like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want another little video from me, you will find it just there.